Hey everybody, it's Tuesday with DNB Academy, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to go from a short loop to a full-on kind of arranged track, or at least the first kind of steps that I would take to make the intro, the drop segment, and what I would do to make it into a full idea. So without further ado, let's get into the program. Alright, so right now I've kind of got this loop right here. It's pretty simple, but I think this is the one that I'm going to be using to kind of elaborate my tune. So the first thing that I'm going to do is just kind of grab this whole segment right here, and I'm going to make sure that I have no basses or anything except my drums. And what I'm going to do here is just duplicate the drums now, delete the drums in like the intro portion, which would be these 16 measures right here, and I'm going to delete the drums in the drop section, and I'm going to rename them. So this is going to be the intro drums. I'm going to lower these in volume, maybe add an auto filter, and just gradually start, filtering it in until it kind of becomes fully revealed. So we're also going to grab another filter so that it's high passed, and we're just going to gradually sweep out that low end as it nears a drop. And this way we have the kind of like filtered drum kit, but it also gives you the feeling that it's opening up as it nears a drop. Until it reaches the drop point, and you kind of get there. So after I place the filter, I'm going to go ahead and put some hybrid reverb on it as well, and just going to increase the dry wet near the end here. You can also play around with the decay. So the next thing that I would do here is kind of just grab some of my basses that I want to start incorporating into the intro, and we can put them into a new layer and just kind of play around with the same kind of thing that's going on with the drums. So basically filtering, reverb, and just generating tension from the elements that we already have. So we can then automate the filter, so it's just doing some sort of movement like this. Maybe even more subtle, and with the fade in. And then maybe at the end I can reveal it a bit more. So let me just draw it. So I'll grab all the basses, I'm going to consolidate them, and then we'll just add a segment right here near the end, just kind of revealing that main riff that it's got going on. And with the filter I'll do same sort of movement. Maybe we can copy this over right here. And on the last one, we'll make it bigger. of high pass on it as well. So now that when it drops, it kind of makes a bit more sense, and it's not kind of a random, you know, out of place sound that's just abruptly showing up. It has, like, you know, a little bit of sense to it now because it is included in the intro. So just by having the drums and the bass like this, you can get, you know, that feeling that everything is kind of just part of the same thing, and you don't have that kind of just abrupt moment where the bass is just pop out of nowhere, you know. Right, so eventually start building up the track so that it starts generating that kind of interest and variation. And the cool thing is that once we've got this sort of arrangement down with the intro and bass, we can start kind of like making a build up with the kick. And just by filtering in the kick, it also generates a lot of tension. So here we can, you know, play around with the different amplitudes of the kick, just so they're not hitting all at zero. And then, yeah, we can filter that. Make this a bit less intense. So it's already starting to sound like a, you know, usual deep drum and bass tune. What I'm going to do now is just make sure that the kicks here don't have all that low end, so it's making my bass in the intro muddy. Maybe here, just by removing the bass on the kick and having this little spot right here, can also generate a small variation to kind of keep the bass sounding interesting. think, you know, you got the basics down of how I would usually make a deep drum and bass track. Just playing around with like the basses in a way that they work in the intro, you know, making the build up from the same kind of bass so that when it drops, it's not kind of like an abrupt, you know, bass riff. It kind of makes sense with everything that's going on. But yeah, these would be kind of like the first kind of steps to get from a loop to kind of like a full-grown and thought-out idea. At least having the arrangement like this, so that you have the intro separated from the drop section, will give you a lot of kind of space to work on the ambient, the melody, and the tension building up to the drop. So I definitely recommend for you to duplicate the loop, you know, start deleting this stuff and just making that room for the intro so you don't get stuck in like a 16-bar loop for hours on end, and you can actually progress the tune in a way that you feel that the time that you've invested into making the project hasn't gone to waste in just like 12 seconds, but you actually have a minute or 2 minutes long worth of production. So again, my name is Yatuza with DNB Academy, and I hope that you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you on the next one.